Welcome to Just Chopsing Podcast with my cousin David, as always. Well, I can't say as always now because he didn't turn up to the last episode. And this is Alan from Kinstrife. And he is in Hereford, I believe.
That's right, little sleepy Hereford.
And I always get confused about Hereford. Is it in Wales or not?
It's pretty close. It's
right on the border, isn't it?
It is on the border, yeah.
It's a border town, yeah. I don't, because you got a really weird accent. No, I can't say you got a weird accent. You got a strange. Where are you from then, Alan?
Strange is better than weird.
A strange accent.
No, I am born and bred. It's sort of in Hereford.
So, right, okay. It sounds a bit Cornish, doesn't it, Dave?
Yeah, I mean, I suppose perhaps it's hard. I try hard not to sound Herefordian, so therefore I sound Cornish. I don't know, but
okay.
When we used to go on lads' holidays, everybody used to say that the rest of my mates were Welsh. And said, "Where are you from? Because you don't sound like them." So
yeah,
you're all from the same town.
All from the same town, yeah. Well, went to the same school, but I didn't sound Welsh, but the rest did.
That's it.
All right. I was going to say something nasty then, but I'm not. You won't hang up on me. All right, then, mate. So we'll dive into it a little bit. I mean, I've been reading what I can find about you because I can't find fuck all really. All I've got is what's off your Facebook page. I mean, you don't have a bio as such. So you're a hard melodic rock band from Hereford.
I think that sums us up. Yeah, I mean, we're sort of like classic rock with some, bit of a modern sort of touch thrown in because we've obviously all been listening to rock music forever. We're not as young as we act, but so we've been around a while, and we know all the classics. But obviously, we try to keep up to date with rock music and try to throw in a bit of a modern sound to it where we can. But the songs are sort of that we've released, are a combination of old songs that the singer wrote 25 years ago, riffs I've been playing forever, and some brand new ones.
Oh, right, okay. And that's on your Fools and Monsters EP, is it?
We released an Intervention EP last year, and we released the album Fools and Monsters back in March.
Oh, so Fools and Monsters is an album. I thought it was an EP, but
there's 12 tracks on there.
All right, and that's who's your singer? He's got a very distinctive voice. Yes,
he's likened to so many different people. Some people say Lemmy from Motorhead, some people say Eddie Vedder from Pearl Jam. Some say Nickelback, which makes him pull funny faces. But yeah, his name's Mike. I've known Mike for forever. Although I don't remember him, he remembers me from primary school.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, and it was a chance meeting in town with an old friend of mine who was one of our original drummers. He introduced us together, and the three of us got into a band 20 odd years ago. It didn't work because my playing wasn't good enough, really, although they won't admit that. But I think that was the cause of the band not going anywhere back then. And when we started Kinstrife, I might be diversing a bit now. Dave and myself, we were looking for a singer. I contacted Mike a few times, but he was playing in another band. But so we waited, and one day he texted me out the blue saying, "Look, if your band's serious and committed, I'm in."
Oh, right, okay. Because I listened to it today and I thought, Kinstrife, really weird sounding singer, and I thought maybe he was Swedish or something because I couldn't really follow his vocals very much, and I was like, this is a bit fucking weird for me. But the music was all right, but just vocally it was like a bit. It sounded Swedish or Norwegian or definitely Scandinavian some sort.
Right.
I mean, and the name is a little bit Scandinavian, I guess. I mean, where did you get the name from?
Gotta be short for fucking strife, isn't it?
It's what?
Short for fucking strife, isn't it? I thought you
fucking strife.
I was talking to the wife before we came on, and I said, I bet they're all divorcees, and they had fucking strife with their ex-wife or something like that. That's what I was getting it.
That's why you were fucking late, Dave.
Reading
you were getting strife.
No, there's two explanations of what Kinstrife means, and depending on who we're talking to is whether we tell the long story or the short story. Obviously, the short story is kin is family, strife is trouble. The band's like a family, and it can cause all sorts of trouble. But it actually comes from Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
when we started the band back in 2013, we had a festival booked as our first gig, but we had no band names. So we were all there trying to think of band names. And one evening I was lying in bed and I went through Google, putting in band names, and all these stupid names like, Deep Purple and Black Sabbath and Iron Maiden come out. I thought, well, no, those names will never work. I thought I'm going to put Lord of the Rings into Wikipedia. So I scrolled through and through all these, as you can imagine, it goes on forever on Wikipedia, Lord of the Rings. Went through these character names, villages and all that, and finally came across this word, Kinstrife. I thought, I like that. And it was actually a fatal battle of Mordor. I think in a time before the films show. And I Googled it, there was no other band called Kinstrife. So I put it to the rest of the boys and they said, yeah, love it. So
okay. That's a bit similar story. Well, not really similar story, Dave, is it? But it's a similar sort of thing. We had a band on not long ago called Firekind, and they got the name from a 2000 AD comic, was it, Dave?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
So, yeah, it's an amazing way you can pull names from, really, isn't it?
Most definitely, yeah. Yeah, it's fitting. And like the singer, he came and he said, look, you've got your band name sorted, and you've got all this in place. He said, so, you've made life quite easy for me to come into the band, and, it's all there. Yeah.
Now he just needs to get the marbles out of his mouth, so you know what he's saying.
That's the fuzzy bear in him.
Yeah. He's not joining us tonight, is he? I hope.
Oh no, I'd be telling me to fuck off.
When I had to listen to your music, I sort of thought Nickelback straight away. I got to be honest.
Yeah, I did musically, but then when he started singing.
But I don't see anything wrong with Nickelback either. I quite like him, to be honest. I know proper rock singers and proper rock supporters aren't supposed to like them, are they? But I think they're great.
Yeah, no, I've got nothing against them. I've never bought a CD by them. I don't openly admit, but I've got nothing against them at all. They've done some great stuff.
Yeah.
Do you know the best thing about Nickelback is when they released Rockstar, that album? I don't know what the album was called, but the album with Rockstar on it.
Yeah.
They were really on their last legs and they were going to give up, right? And when they were going to make that album, they didn't do a crowdfunding thing. They just poured everything that they had into it. They were all broke. They were like remortgaging their houses and they were like, right, if this doesn't fucking work, we're fucked, right?
Yeah.
And they made that album and it was a worldwide success on it.
Yeah.
So they put their heart and soul into that and they just took that massive last chance. I mean, they were a good band before, but then they sort of like hit the skids because everybody ridiculed them really and said, oh, Nickelback and a rock band, and so nobody was buying any stuff. But they just poured everything they had into that last album, the Rockstar album that they made. And luckily it paid off, and for that you've got to commend them, really. Yeah,
I think it's one of those, like a lot of these bands, they're known for the big songs like Nickelback, How You Remind Me, Extreme, known for More Than Words, and Mr. Big, To Be With You, which, okay, it's a bit different to what they normally do, but they've had a big hit with it. And of course, people think, because they've done that, that's the type of music they do.
Yeah,
there's much more to these bands than the big famous song.
I mean, Rockstar's a brilliant song, wasn't it, when that came out, and the video was like ingenious. So I don't think it had been done before, but what you got to say, Dave? Anything? You got anything to say? I think you're in trouble. I mean, you're talking about Kinstrife. I think your missus has been giving you a hard time.
No, I'm all right. So I've had a look on your Facebook, and you've got some gigs coming up. It looks like you're supporting Scarlet Rebels a bit later on this year.
Yeah, looking forward to that, because obviously they've just been signed as well. So I mean, I'm hoping that they're going to put a good crowd in, and hopefully there'll be a few arrive early to check us out.
I definitely think that's going to happen. I went up to a festival 2 weeks ago now, and there was 4,000 people allowed in there, and all 4,000 people were pretty much watching every single act. Do you know what I mean? So people are really craving music. They're craving live music. yeah, you'll definitely have the support without a shadow.
A good crowd of fans out there now who are all behind the original music, because I heard Luke saying he used to play in a covers band, and if he ever had to play Dakota again, that would be the end. But unfortunately, that's what Hereford's all about. They want Dakota and Summer of '69 and Sex on Fire on repeat. So they always say conquer your own town before you go off to other towns, but unfortunately, Hereford takes some conquering, because they say there's not much call for original music in there. We have got some good bands, but we all have to travel off to get a good sort of crowd, really.
Yeah,
but you can always throw a few covers in,
Oh yeah,
get the crowd moving, and don't rely solely. I mean, we spoke to Sons of Liberty.
Yeah.
And they were a covers band for fucking years and years, and then
well, we started as a covers band.
Yeah, and then they just slowly started introducing their own music,
Yeah.
And then by the time that they've come around now they've got 2 albums worth of new music, of their own music, sorry.
Yeah.
And now everybody loves them, now they're flying high. So I think it's just about being patient and, like David says, honing your craft,
we've done 3 gigs, recently, and they've all been parties, in all fairness. And it's been half originals, half covers, because we've gone there to entertain people. They haven't come to see Kinstrife necessarily. We've just gone to a party to entertain people. So yes, we've done some some happy covers that people just get up and dance to.
Yeah, that's the key, I think. Put everybody in a good mood, and then do a couple of your own songs. I mean, they don't go down too bad then, do they?
No. And people come to you and say, oh, who's that song by? You say, well, that's one of ours. Oh,
it's
that recognizability about it.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, my wife even says now, she'll hear a Kinstrife song come on some at various. Go, who's this? I know this song. It's one of ours.
Because where did you get your inspiration from with your songwriting? Are you the main songwriter?
It's myself and Mike. I was saying to Terry earlier, Mike has been writing songs for forever, and he's got a catalogue full of them. So when him and I get together, he gives me the songs that he's got, and I'll go away and sort of add some riffs to them to make him a bit heavier, because Mike's he's an acoustic sort of player predominantly. He's getting more into the electric and having distortion with him now, but of course I love riffs. I love Sabbath and Metallica and anybody who does good riffs. So that's what I suppose inspires me to write the music I wrote. But so the album has been a combination of songs that Mike's wrote 25 years ago, some of them, riffs that I've been working on forever and have introduced to Mike, and he's put lyrics to them, and some of them are brand new. But I don't know, you say inspiration. Yes, I mean, obviously there's going to be inspiration in my head, which makes me play a certain riff, but I'll just pick up a guitar and I won't sit there and with an idea in my head, I just keep playing until something comes up and go, oh, I like that, and just work on it to see where it takes me. And I try to make every song as different as I can, and some of them which will challenge Mike to do different lyrics to what he normally come up with.
Yeah.
They do take the mick out of me sometimes, because my time signatures can be a bit strange, and they have to reel me in and pull me back to reality. So, look, we've got to play drums to this, Alan.
Yeah, or sing to it.
Yes.
So you said that Mike is the main guy for the lyrics, then, is it?
Yes, I mean, there's been a few occasions I've said, look, I've got this idea, and I think the song title could be this. I might have a line or two that I've come up with, and then say, go and add to it.
Yeah.
But I think that's only happened about 2 or 3 times so far. But I've still got like a book of lyrics, which I share to him. I'm no songwriter when it comes to lyrics. I swear 5-year-olds could do better than me in it, but the ideas are there.
Well, it's funny you should mention that, because
I was just going to say that.
we interviewed 2 guys the other day, and I think he said it was his niece, and she was 3 years of age.
Yeah, 2
years of age, and he recorded her gibbering, And then they actually wrote a song with the gibberings that she had given them.
Yeah.
So it don't matter how old you are, you can all write the song.
Yeah.
I think he said he had 96 videos of his 2-year-old niece talking bollocks, really, because she's learning to find how to talk, and it's just gibberish, like he said. I can what did he say? I can squeeze that tree or something.
Yeah.
But so I think everyone could write a lyric or two, to be honest, if a 2-year-old can come up with it.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah, and that's a great way to get inspiration, isn't it? So you maybe have to like hear a melody in the child's gibberish, sort of chat.
Yeah, I thought it was ingenious. I mean, David and myself, I couldn't stop laughing when he was telling me, to be honest.
Yeah.
But they said they got a lot of rubbish songs out of it, but then they said they got one really good song out of it. So I think it's an ingenious way to gain some sort of inspiration, to be honest.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
So, but you were saying, Alan, that you were in a band previously then, but the band broke up because your guitar playing wasn't up to scratch. In your words.
Like
hang on a minute. I haven't finished yet.
Sorry.
I haven't finished yet. I'm getting to a question. So, how old were you when you started learning to play the guitar then?
Yeah, I didn't start playing until I was in my 20s.
Oh, right, okay.
And of course, I wasn't natural. I didn't put enough work in my early days because the pub was too important to me. I'd finished work and, think I'm going to practice the guitar. And all of a sudden, I'm at the pub. I then met my wife in 95, late 95, 96. And that stopped me going to the pub, and so I need to practice.
Yeah, so you were playing with a different type of G string then?
That's it. Yeah, yes. When it was turned to A. It wasn't long after I thought, let's try to get into a band, and like I say, I had a chance meeting with Mike from a mutual friend who was a drummer. Mike and this guy were playing in a band together. Said, we're after a guitarist. And I said, do you mind if I have a go? And, we played some songs and, but I had no sense of timing. I had no confidence. If somebody was watching me in a room, I would just freeze up. So it knocked my confidence. And, like Mike would never admit it. And he said, no, it wasn't because of that. But, if my playing was better back then, we would have done something back then, but we didn't really break up. It just stopped happening.
Yeah. So it is. Your riffs are pretty good now. So, but it's taken you a long time to master it, I suppose.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, I don't have inspiration or I don't have sounds
natural
in my
talent.
Yeah, and I say when I pick up the guitar, I even say I'm going to go out and write a song like this. I just pick it up and see what comes and. Try to make it different where I can, and it's just playing it over and over again to try to make it not sound like something that's been done before, which is sometimes impossible because it is hard to come up with something original all the time.
Yeah. So I reckon Dave will be about 90 then by the time we mastered it. Yeah, well, I will anyway. So
that is the worry because we've got probably with Mike and myself song ideas. We've probably got another 3 albums worth. That's without coming up with the new stuff we that keep popping up. So we think, come on, we got to get these done because we're not getting any younger. We want to get these albums out while we're still, young and fit enough to go and tour them.
You'd be all right. I watched Uriah Heep the other week, and they're in there. Well, they got to be in their 80s or 90s, and they're still leaping around the stage and doing the biz. Do you know what I mean? So I don't think age is it's not a rock thing anymore. I don't think it matters how old you are. In fact, we've spoken to some people where they're trying to encourage younger people to come through because there aren't so many younger acts coming through in rock. You know what I mean? So
that's something I've listened to where people said, there's not enough younger rock listeners.
Yeah, that's what Tina said.
But there does seem to be quite a lot of young rock bands, so they're obviously rock fans. So where are other rock fans, that should be out listening to them. Although we don't, like I said, we don't feel our age, but unfortunately, our main audience, looking on Spotify figures, is males aged between 45 and 59.
I think that's just standard bollocks from Spotify, because I got that on my statistics for my podcast,
Right.
and it says male whatever 49 to fucking 65 is the majority of the listeners, and I know that we've got a few women listeners and they're not even listed on there, so I think it's just a standard demographic.
Right. Yeah.
I don't think they wouldn't pay too much attention to it, really.
No. It's only my daughter listens to us on Spotify.
Yeah, I know, man. She's a female. Unless she's listening through your account, Dave, which I don't believe she is.
Yeah.
Then,
that could be the case.
Oh, well, maybe I should take that back.
The only listener we got is a 49-year-old, and it's me.
Dave, I must ask you what I'm looking. Is that Zippy behind you?
It's Pac-Man.
Oh, it's Pac-Man. Yeah. Very Zippy.
Yeah.
Because of the pink lips.
Yeah.
It does look like Zippy, yeah.
Terry did liken it, the right said Fred, when we had them on.
Just in case it didn't turn up, I was like, if they don't turn up, we'll just put a record on and do sexy, and
I'll let you do Pac-Man.
Pac-Man on.
Yeah, the new Pac-Man theme tune would be Deeply Dipply.
Yeah. Deeply.
I shouldn't be admitting I know another right said Fred song, should I?
Hey, well, I think, like David said when we had them on the show, they're pretty much a household name, aren't they?
Yeah.
Everybody knows who Right Said Fred are, to be honest.
Yes.
So, and if you don't, you must be living under a stone somewhere in Lord of the Rings. So what's the biggest stage you've ever played on then, Alan?
Do you know what? I mean, we're a relatively unknown band. We haven't got many Facebook fans, so we haven't done any really sort of biggish gigs. I suppose festivals are probably the biggest sort of stage we played on. We done a local one called the Drunken Monkey Festival, which raises money for the air ambulance.
Okay.
In memory of one of their sort of old friends who sadly lost his life some years ago. I mean, we're hoping, now we've released the album, we're getting a bit more well known. Some big opportunities will turn up, and I think, supporting the Scarlet Rebels, and it's just a case of finding the contacts, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I saw your album. It was in the. I can never remember the right way around the initials.
Classic rock.
NWOCR, NACR.
Yeah.
You were actually 4th or 5th. You were one spot above Sons of Liberty.
Yes. Yeah, which we were immensely proud of, because, like I say, we're still unknown. The top 3 bands, have got lots and lots of Facebook followers and very well known. So to be even in the top 10, I was amazed by.
Yeah.
People
I think you were number 4, weren't you?
Yeah, we do. We just managed to say Pip Sons of Liberty, which we don't like shouting out about, because we've both done equally as well. There was only 2 votes in it.
Right, okay. Yeah, but still, I mean,
it's still good. Yeah,
it is good especially for an unknown band to be coming through. I mean, I know Sons of Liberty have got some good PR behind them, so
yes.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great achievement. I mean, because your PR is Forge Amp, I believe.
We joined Forge, through lockdown.
Right, okay, yeah. Well, they only started in lockdown, didn't they?
The Forge initiative started in lockdown. The actual Forge started before, as far as I know.
Yeah.
And John approached us after he had heard us somewhere, like what we were doing, and we were a bit apprehensive at first, because although we're in the music sort of game, we know nothing basically. We write some songs, we play them. We've recorded an album, we've recorded a video, so we haven't got the contacts, we don't know how it all works. We're all naive to it.
Okay.
So we thought, having some guidance could be a good idea. So eventually I said to John, we'd like to join in.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, I think you should speak to Tina then, because Tina's always open to, I mean, even though you're outside her demographic age-wise, she's always open to help help with bands, I think, and give some advice,
Yes.
So it could be worth contacting her as well.
Yeah. No, she's a good one. Tina is. I compliment her, quite regularly because looking at what she's done for her bands, I think has been remarkable.
Yeah, and now that you're with the Forge Amp, then maybe they can push you along a bit. I mean that's great to have that album voted number 4 in the fucking hell NW
new
fucking C. In the community.
I post our podcasts on there all the time. You gotta get it right.
Hey, I think it's just remarkable. I think you've done a really good job there.
Yeah, I think we're really proud, and we just hope we can follow up with another good album.
Is your song on the album? Because I just saw that album went top 10 in the music charts. Have you got a song on there?
On where? Sorry.
The NWOCR.
On the compilation album, no. Yeah. I think we just missed out on the first edition, but if they do a volume 2, they suggested we'll have a song on there.
Oh, right, okay, yeah, because that's what just gone top 10 on it, Dave.
Yeah,
it's doing really well.
Yeah, and that's also for I don't know who put it out. I mean, but it's not like a major label put out.
No, they've done it all through themselves, haven't they?
Yeah. So that's also done really well. So yeah, it's a shame that you didn't have a song on there then.
It was a shame, but I say we just missed out. We didn't sort of, I suppose, get noticed in time by them. It was one of those scenarios where I kept sort of putting our name under their noses, and I don't think they gave us a chance to gave us a listen. And then eventually I sent the album to one of the admin's private sort of Facebook page, which forced him to listen to it. And he openly admitted he put a post on the page saying, "Never heard these guys before, never given them a chance." He said, "But now I have." He said, I basically, I was a bit late to the party. The album's brilliant.
Right, okay, that must put a bit of a sting in the tail, I suppose. Did you say sting in the tail? Bit of taste in your mouth, because you had that number 4 spot voted in, and then they never even looked at the fucking album. I mean,
yeah, I mean, obviously, they have got behind us. Now they've heard the album.
Yeah.
But they must have so many bands contacting them and pushing their names under their noses all the time. So it takes time.
There's not that many bands voted number fucking 4, is it? But do you know what I mean? I would be well pissed off if that was me. I'd be like,
he's got his ass in his hand now.
No, but fair's fair. You can see what's in your top 10 of your voted albums, and then you overlook it, and it's like
this was before the poll.
Oh, right, okay.
But we're talking a few months back. That they noticed us. So
I apologise then to NW fucking whoever they are. David's shaking his head.
See what happens.
Yeah,
I've got to go around apologising to people after the podcast so we could try and get him on.
He's trying to quit. He is, Alan. He's trying to quit on me, I think. He's got one foot out the door.
My concern here is I can only see one of you at a time. So when I can see Terry, I can't see Dave. So I don't know what faces Dave's putting when I'm looking at Terry.
He's just flashing the anchors now.
So yeah, if you've got it. So this year, then the plan is obviously tour this album that you released in March.
Yes.
You said you've obviously got more albums worth of music in the wings, but the main aim this year, I guess, then is to get out on the road and publicize it as much as possible, is it? So how many gigs have you got lined up for this year?
We got 5 more booked in at the moment, but after having a meeting with the Forge guys only last week, we've sent them all our available dates now, so that they will actively be looking for some gigs for us, locally and further away.
Yeah, that's good.
I say we haven't done a proper gig. Well, I say the last 3 gigs we've done have been parties where we've gone there to entertain the masses rather than them come to see Kinstrife, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So our next ones are gigs where people are coming to see the name Kinstrife. So yeah, it'd be a good indication. You know, we just got our next batch, second batch of CDs being delivered, ready for the gig. So it'd be interesting to see how many we sell, because the last gig we did, proper gig, if you know what I mean, was back in January 2020 down in Hatfield at the Rock Den. And it was a great gig. And of course, everyone was coming to us, have you got CDs? Have you got T-shirts? And we had nothing, you know. So we said, no, we're working on it. So we haven't done a proper gig where we've had merchandise to sell. So it's going to be exciting to see, you know, if we still got demand of it when we go back out playing.
Yeah, I imagine you will, to be honest. You know, I can't see there being any real problems.
No.
Like David said, people are begging for live music, and it's been a long time coming, really.
Yes.
You know, to try and get everybody back out, and it's still fucking shit over here, to be honest.
Yes.
So, I mean, I looked up that Phil Campbell gig, Dave.
Yeah.
Because they were supposed to come over here, and because it was a festival, the festivals have still been cancelled until the 1st of September. So it was like at the end of August, so that's off.
Yeah.
So I messaged Andy and told him why it was off. So
it's flying. I mean, I think is an announcement coming either this week or next week. And my missus was saying we're supposed to be going into 0 or condition 0 or level 0, whatever that means.
Oh.
So, and I think, you know, it's kind of like up to us if we want to wear face masks indoors and all that. I think we're getting to that sort of position now in the UK.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. I did read that someone's Phil Campbell just had someone fill in from on vocals. Was that at a recent gig, or was that?
That's Andy. Yeah, Andy Hunt.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Andy, right? So he's filling in for the singer for the time being.
Well, his singer's quit, isn't he?
Oh, I see. Right. Yeah.
So Phil actually asked Andy if he wanted to do it, and Andy said yes. He said, "But you know, I'm nothing like your old singer."
No.
So I mean, David was speaking to him 2 weeks ago. So I mean, from the reviews I've read, the job is his if he wants it, I guess.
Oh,
what do you think, Dave?
I'd never even heard Phil Campbell's music, but I liked it because Andy was singing it, to be honest. So I watched him live, and I thought it was great. They obviously chucked in a couple of old Motorhead, you know, covers as well, which were good. And he's just got a phenomenal voice anyway, isn't he, Andrew? So
I listened to some Buffalo Summer stuff the other day, and it was really good. That one song I listened to was amazing.
Yeah,
to be honest. He's a good vocalist.
Yeah, good. So who are you guys looking to support then? We've obviously mentioned Scarlet Rebels. What other gigs are you on this year?
What other gigs we're on? We're down at the Rock Den in Hatfield in December. And to be honest with you, I can't recall who else is on that lineup. We're playing up in Sheffield, which is a Forge gig with the Attic Theory, which they're not a Forge band, but it's Carly and Nath from Sound Pylon. It was their choice of bands, and I think they've got a good relationship with Attic Theory. So we're playing with them, and you got me on the spot now. I can't remember the other two bands that are on the lineup. So apologies to those two. I'd look after.
Because they're shit.
You're naughty. Naughty.
I'm glad somebody else has finally noticed. It's only taken 38 of them, is it? What number are we on now?
Yeah, I think I've got lined up 39. This might be number 40, actually.
There you go. So it's taken 40 episodes for someone to realise Terry's naughty.
I could see that evil look in his eye when he was interviewing some of the other big cats.
I don't mean it. I'm only joking, you know. So
no, I mean, I wouldn't be laughing if I thought it was serious. But you know, it's great that you can just laugh with people, and you know, you can make fun without making sort of people upset. You know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the idea of the podcast. I mean, we like to try and keep it like very informal, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, we do like to just keep it as mates, really. So, I mean, I know we've never met you before, but we like to think we're quite open in our conversation and try to make you feel as relaxed as possible. You know, you didn't really have to drink much of that vodka, I don't think, before we got started. And,
What vodka?
and yeah, so I mean, the format is like just like mates in a pub having a chat, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean. And it seems to be working for us, to be honest. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know how David feels, but
It's the best way to be, isn't it? You know, I'm the same. I treat everybody like a friend. You know, some people get me, some people don't. You know, I don't. I can be a bit of a prankster, and you know, sort of, I like a laugh, and I can be sarcastic. You know, but not in a nasty way. You know, some people don't get me, and you know, my wife says you got to be careful what you say to these people.
yeah.
Yeah.
David says that to me all the time. But you know, we're trying to build relationships with people, and hopefully then they'll come back on, you know, instead of us just being a pair of idiots that we're going to end up doing this on our own, to be honest.
Yeah, no one wants to talk to us.
Well, we haven't had a Clive Anderson moment yet, like the Bee Gees where they stormed off stage, have we?
I reckon we'll get one soon.
But it's great, you know, with the power of the internet now, and like these Zoom meetings and all that. You know, we've made, you know, lots of people I now consider friends, you know, and not having met them yet.
Yeah. I like it because nobody can punch me in the face.
And he lives in Holland. He just sends everybody my address. A little skinny kid in Wales, go and see him.
He was at a festival last week. You had your chance then. I told everybody he was there.
This one guy, he contacted us, and he did a review for us. He did one for the EP, then he did one for the album. And I talked to him regularly on Facebook, and he contacted me the other day. He said, "Look," he said, "I'm going to be putting on a gig down at my hometown. You know, pretty much just for you guys." I said, "Oh, Dave, what are you doing that for?" He said, "Because you know, you're a mate. You know, I want to see the band do well." So he said, "Look, I got a field. I got a marquee. He's going to be up anyway. So I'm going to put on a gig for you." You know.
Oh, it's great, isn't it?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, it's nice to get a lot of support, you know, especially if you can get some sort of local support as well. And then, I mean, I don't know how far away he is from you, but
yeah, I mean, he's probably about 2 hours drive from us.
right, okay.
You know, it's a place we haven't played before. You know, it's not going to be huge numbers, you know, but we can invite people down there. There's camping facilities, so it's going to be an outdoor event, you know. So it's just you know, we can say, invite people to say thank you for buying the album, or you know, people, friends, come and party with us.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, it's nice, that is cool, man.
Yeah, you know, every bit of support helps, doesn't it?
Yes.
To be honest.
Well, that's kind of like where we are, isn't it? You know, myself and Terry are just big music fans, and that's why we said, you know, if we can spread the word a little bit of bands, you know, that are sort of up and coming, or you know, maybe here to stay or whatever, and we get these guys on. I think we've all got about 200 members in our one Facebook group.
Yeah.
Half of the number of people listen to you, and then maybe a quarter of them buy a CD or something. Do you know what I mean? You know, that's it's just, you know, it's a good help, isn't it? And that's kind of like, you know, what we like doing. And then, you know, if you do a show around by us or by me, obviously not unless you go to Holland, you know, I'll come out and watch you guys as well. So because I'm just a massive fan of live music.
What part of the country are you, Dave?
South Wales, so I live in Cwmbran.
Oh, well, yeah, you're not far from us at all.
Yeah.
I think I was talking to my dad today. He's coming down to Cwmbran, I think, next weekend. I think for is there a bike circuit there? You got a
bike circuit now?
Bikes is
There's a like a super bike store.
Oh, is there a store right now?
Buy a bike.
Oh right, yeah. No, he's going to Cwmbran for some reason. Anyway, he likes to go out watching watching the bike racing, but he said he's coming to Cwmbran next weekend for something. Yeah, shows how much attention I was paying to my dad, doesn't it? Sorry, Dad.
I always get in trouble like that. But no, you got it live on the podcast, so we'd be able to play it back to you and say, "See, I know you didn't take any notice of me."
It's like one ear out the other.
Yeah.
But poor old Alan's dad. I'm going to give Alan's dad a shout out now. Poor old Alan's dad, you're being ignored by his son. So tell him when you see him again that what's going on in Cwmbran, and then maybe Dave can go along as well.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll introduce you to my dad down in Cwmbran.
That's very cool.
I mean, I don't know how far Cwmbran is, but it's not that far.
It's not far from Hereford at all.
Only an hour.
It's
Maybe
not even that, is it?
Yeah, it's about an hour and a half. I used to visit a supplier up there.
Right.
Called Not Lovely.
Yeah, so if you recommend any venues down with you, Dave, we'll try and contact
Dave
them.
knows loads. He's got loads of mates with venues. Every act that comes on, he fucking tries to promise him a gig.
Well, what happens is I message as soon as a band comes on. What I do is I message my mate with the venue, the podcast, and then if they are interested in coming down to South Wales, yes, I leave it up to you guys to talk then and organise it. But he's opening now this weekend now. So where he was originally opening about a month ago, wasn't it, Ter, I think?
Yeah.
And had to delay it because it's only a small venue. The fit, well, maximum is 120, but you are stuffed in there really, really tight, do you know what I mean? But because of the table situation where you needed 6 people around a table, it really wasn't worth him opening up, unfortunately. No. He is opening up now this week, and he started announcing gigs coming up as well over the next few months. So,
brilliant.
But it's called the Dragonfly.
Nick, yeah.
Nick Byrne,
yeah.
I saw you interviewing him, taking the mick out of his Heineken.
Yeah, that's right.
He was drunk. He was
drunk. Yeah, he's normally. Because I said to Terry before the interview, he's such a quiet guy. I said it's going to be really hard because he never says anything. No. And we couldn't get rid of him because he'd had a few beers, and he actually messaged me after it and said, "Was that all right?" Because he was like, he is funny. He's really quiet normally.
He is. Yeah, he's a lovely guy. Nick is. Yeah.
He is. Yeah, he is a lovely guy. So, but he's opening the doors up now this weekend. So. If you want to play, I know obviously you've got the Patriot that's up the road a little bit. I think that houses maybe 200-300 people in there. So that's a slightly bigger venue. And then you've got Bristol, haven't you, which has got absolutely loads of venues in Bristol. There's a couple of little venues in Cardiff and Swansea, but I don't really know anybody. I know one of the guys that works in one of the productions, Big Day Productions. They put shows on as well. But yeah, whatever contacts we got, you're more than welcome to have.
Yeah, just drop us an email and we'll see what we can do for you.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping Nick will contact us soon because we speak, now and again on Facebook just to say how you're doing.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Then he'll be in touch, I guess.
Yeah.
So just tell him you'll have a Heineken with him and he'll let you in then.
Not if you're going to drink his Heineken, he won't.
Yeah, you're not allowed to go upstairs in his kitchen.
You look pretty protective over that, isn't he? What's the dream then, buddy? What's kind of like where do you see yourself, or where do you want to go with the band?
Do you know what I mean? Like because I think we've reached a certain age. We know we're too old and ugly to become anybody. I mean, anybody famous. I mean, like bands don't really get big anymore unless they're sort of some special. We just want to play, record, write and repeat. If we can play better gigs in front of more people, play with some more established artists. We just like to have fun. We're not out to make money. We're not out to be say superstars. We just love what we do, and we want to share that with people.
That's good.
I say, we got so many songs we're just dying to record, and when we go to band practices, we want to work on new songs. We don't want to be practicing covers. We don't want to be practicing even some of the old songs. We want to work on new songs. We want to see what we can create. Because I say, we've got so much in line to do.
You need to work on your ego, man. You need to fucking tell us you want world domination and you want #1 album. Off you two. Move over, you two. We're coming through.
I saw a post recently, and it said like the ideal singer's pedal, and it says to like sober up the bass player, slow down the drummer, and turn down the guitarist. And I said to the singer, I said, "You got it so easy." I said, you're always saying the other way. You're telling the drummer to speed up. You're trying to encourage the bass player to have a drink, and you're always telling me to turn up a little bit. So
Yeah,
I think
we had a video posted in our group the other week of some guy fighting on stage.
yeah,
The singer was fighting with the drummer because the drummer wouldn't keep in time.
I think I saw that.
So that
Yeah.
was really funny. Yeah. So Rockin' Al, I think his name was. I'm trying to locate him, but
Is that the drummer who pushed the singer off stage and the singer come back on and attacks him? Yeah.
yeah. Rockin' Al looked like Ric Flair from the wrestling. I was like, woo.
Oh, yeah.
All right, maybe we covered all the band stuff. I mean, I do have a story if you want to stay on for it.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere else. I still got me partner in crime.
David's saying no.
I think you're gonna need that bottle when we go off here, I think.
No, this one's not too bad, actually. I was going to pull up another alien story, but I found something else about sleeping.
Okay.
Because we all need a bit of sleep. And there's a rare neurological disorder called, I keep thinking it's called Calvin Klein, but it's called Kleiner-Levin syndrome, which is KLS. And it's linked to excessive amounts of sleep. And when you have excessive amounts of sleep, it can lead to spacey behavior and demeanor and confusion. So about 70% of those affected are teenage boys. That's obviously teenage boys sleep too much. And the syndrome comes in waves, it says, where at the onset, a person will sleep most of the day and night, garnering it the name Sleeping Beauty Syndrome. So in between the episodes, the person seems completely healthy, apparently. But these incidences of Sleeping Beauty Syndrome can last for days, weeks, or even months. And the person doesn't really know. He only knows he's drowsy when he's awake or she's awake, or they're confused or disorientated and apathetic. So yeah, so it seems to be a malfunction in the hypothalamus, which regulates sleep and body temperature. And unfortunately, there's no treatment available for this disorder. So if you have Sleeping Beauty Syndrome, you're in trouble, basically.
What do they class as excessive sleeping then? Does it say how many hours you?
Well, I was thinking about this, right? And I've been putting all my ailments down to getting COVID, but now maybe I'm thinking I'm sleeping too much. So, I don't know. It says it's most prevalent amongst teenage boys. So
Yeah.
Teenage boys, I mean, when I was a teenager, I hardly ever fucking slept, to be honest.
No, I didn't know.
So I think anything more than 12 hours then must be excessive.
Probably, yeah. Because I'm kind of about 6 hours a night.
Yeah.
I'm lucky to get that, to be honest.
When I was a teenager, I used to sleep in until like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 4 o'clock.
You and Roger used to cuddle up together, I think.
It's quite apt you should tell that story, because our singer's a little bit the other way, because he works different shifts. He does 6-2, 2-10, 10-6, so he doesn't get anywhere near enough sleep.
Yeah, I work shifts as well. When I was a young younger, I worked shifts probably from the time I was 16 to 20. I worked just day shift. I worked in the steelworks, and then when I left, I went from 20 to 28, maybe working 3 shifts, days, afternoons, nights, same format, 2 till 10, 10 till 6, and 6 till 2, and I never had any trouble sleeping at all. No. But now I'm like, sort of like getting on in life. And I'd say that all day out.
Now you're over 30.
Now I'm over 30, yeah. Since I passed that 28 mark.
Yeah.
Now I work 3 shifts, and it kills me, man. I can't. My sleeping is rubbish, and it doesn't matter what shift I'm on. If I go to bed like at 10 o'clock, 10:30 when I'm on day shift, it's still a nightmare. I wake up at 4 o'clock, and now since I've had COVID, my fucking sleep is even worse.
Right,
so
yeah.
I'm going to call the doctor tomorrow, see what they can do for me, to be honest.
Yes.
Because it's a nightmare.
I just power nap, I do. So I'll have maybe, like you said, 6 hours a night. But then I will have a power nap. I'll curl up in the afternoon or in the evening, curl up
Right.
with the dog, have a 20-minute power nap, and then I'm ready to fight the world again. Whereas my
Yeah.
missus can't do that. If my missus tries to, I was going to say get her head down then, if she tries to have a nap, she just feels hanging. She got to go to bed for hours and hours and hours. Otherwise, she feels really rough. But I can just, even like a 10-minute power nap.
Yeah.
Great.
Well, that's if you can see Alan, David sat in his bedroom, and that's why if the podcast goes on a bit long, he just jumps into bed for 10 minutes.
Really refreshed.
Then he wakes up and he takes over from me.
I reckon I had that thing when I was young, because I used to sleep for like 14 hours a day when I was a kid.
Well, it's actually called Sleeping Beauty Syndrome.
Yeah,
So I don't think you had it, Dave.
It was sleeping minger syndrome. I might have had that.
But I'm glad to have him back, to be honest, Alan, because I missed him on Friday and my whole interview was a disaster.
I don't believe that.
Because I interviewed somebody, I don't want to say it was a disaster, but yeah, it didn't go the best, and we had a few technical problems. But
yeah, it's always good when you can bounce off each other, isn't it? You know, if you're going out as a duo and you haven't got your partner there, you want to sort of swing things and bounce things off each other, and it doesn't bounce when there's only one of you.
No, I was throwing mud at the wall really on Friday, to be honest, and nothing was sticking. So yeah, I'm glad he's back. I mean, he was a bit late coming on today, and I thought, oh my God, he's going to bail on me. And
no, that was the wife. That was my Kinstrife, making my food too early. So
made your food too early.
I said to her, I haven't ate it all yet. I said, I got to go up and go onto the podcast, and she looked at me. I said, you made it too early. She said, well, I was hungry. I said, try me.
What do you mean you haven't had it all? You only had fucking beans on toast.
Lasagna tonight, so it's going back in the microwave.
You'll be all right then.
When I go down.
Did you make enough for 2 days?
No.
Why not?
No,
That's
I cook it tomorrow.
Fucking cutting it in it. Do you know what I mean? If you're going to make it, make a massive one, and then you can.
No, because I eat it all. If I
yeah, I'm a bit like that.
yeah, we've tried that, and I've said to her, I'll make enough for 2 days, and I just have twice as much.
Yes.
Oh,
I just have a double bastards. I can't help it.
I do like my food, so I'm going to have the appetite.
Yeah.
I remember once, a long time ago, my wife was going to like a night class, and she put 10 jacket potatoes in the oven, and they were good sized jacket potatoes. And I ate 2 before she went. And then she went off for the 2 hours or whatever it was. She's come back and she said, where's the jacket potatoes? I was going to have one. I said, I've ate them all. She was, what do you mean you've ate 10 big jacket potatoes? I said, yeah, they were lovely.
You didn't eat the chili con carne to go in them, did you?
No.
Yeah, I love it. Love my grub.
Can't beat a homemade lasagna.
It wasn't homemade.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah. Dave, now it gets worse.
Sorry, Dave's wife.
It's but it's lush. It's really nice. I gotta
It's
be
not
honest.
a fucking Asda one, is it?
No, but I'm sure it's supposed to feed 4, and I eat all that.
It can't feed 4 if it's a fucking supermarket one.
No.
Okay.
No.
Nah.
I just realised you couldn't see my hands.
It's like this big.
The big one. It's massive.
And for people listening on Spotify, his lasagna is more than 12 inches long.
That's right. For Shannon, that listens to us on,
This is on your account.
Take the transit down to Asda to get your lasagna.
That's it.
Did you ever hear
guys?
Sorry,
yeah.
I was just saying, talking about food, and there was some guy, wasn't there? He phoned up Asda, and he'd been to Asda to get his pizza, and he took it home, put it in the oven, got it out, and he put it on his plate, and he phoned him up because there was no topping on it. And
It was upside down.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, that did make me laugh. That one. Yeah, he was really giving the operator some shit, wasn't he? And he said, "Oh, hold on a minute, it's upside down."
Oh, God. That's why I need to look at some of these police stories where police dial 999 because their fucking kebab hasn't turned up. Shit like that. I need to start looking into some of them, I think.
Yeah, there are some great ones. and the holiday stories, isn't it? Yeah. I went to India and all the food was spicy. And
Yeah. I want my money back.
Yeah. When you say everyone's talking Spanish.
Yeah. All right, then, mate. So we've discussed your band. I mean, it's a pity the other day you didn't turn up.
I know, yeah. He turns up to the gigs, honestly. Yeah.
I think fucking Dave's got a habit of not turning up lately.
Oh dear, here we go.
I'm only joking.
We've got a Dave and a Si in the band. So, yeah. Two common names, Dave and Si.
Which one's longer?
They're the hairy bikers, aren't they? Dave and Si.
I was going to say, which one's longer, the Dave or the Si?
Yes. But yeah, unfortunately, Dave's obviously got caught up with his work. Mike's, I say, on city shifts. He was on shifts that could have worked, but he said he hasn't slept since the party Saturday, so he's absolutely hanging. And Simon's had a changeover at work with new owners, so he's obviously got delayed.
Is that did he still work in the sex doll factory?
That's him, yeah.
I thought so.
Something I missed there then.
I don't know. He just had his new owners, so. All right, then, mate. We'll let you get off. And thanks for coming on. It's been a pleasure. I have to say.
Thank you.
Nice
for
to meet you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I hope you can come back on again and maybe bring a few more lads with you next time when you got something to announce, or even if you haven't got nothing to announce, maybe just come back on for a chat. And
if I got any more grandchildren coming up, you mean, and things like that.
Yeah, if your wife falls down the stairs and breaks a leg, or you nick another bottle of vodka from the pub,
you get abducted by an alien.
Important announcement. Yeah. No. Hopefully there will be lots of announcements. We're looking forward to taking on what's left of 2021, or if you're in the Euros or the Olympics 2020. So I'll give the rest of the boys a few more years' notice about the next interview.
So, we don't like calling them interviews.
No,
it's not really an interview, is it?
No.
Yeah, I know. Let me off on that one, Terry. I tried my hardest.
It just seems really formal. I mean, I was typing an email to somebody the other day, and I actually wrote down about the interview, and then I put in brackets, that sounds really formal.
Yeah.
Because it's not really an interview. I mean, it's just a couple of lads having a chat and a bit of a laugh, hopefully. And some of our interviews are a bit interview-ish, I suppose.
Some of them have been, and that's why I've been saying, I think I'd like to perhaps redo some of the older ones and be less formal, if you know what I mean. Because
well, they'll come back on anyway.
I prefer. I do enjoy the chatting and not writing down quite so many notes and finding out where it's going to go. Yeah, because it is good fun. It is good fun.
The sooner you can break the ice, the better, isn't it? With people, yeah. I remember going on some sort of training exercise years ago, and I'd recently been watching Borat and Ali G, and I got up and left the room and went to the toilet, and it was only day one or day two, so nobody was really sort of clicking with each other, and I sat back down at the table, and I just looked around and I went, "Thank you, I had a good shit." And that just broke the ice. Everybody started laughing, and everyone got on really well then.
That's it, That's it. That's what you need to do.
Could have been worse, couldn't it? You could have just sat there like that. Thanks, I had a good shit. When you get toilet roll hanging out the back of your trousers.
Oh dear.
We're going to go down a rabbit hole now, I guess.
Yes. So who have you got next? Are you allowed to announce that one yet, or any more good?
Yeah, we've got some really good interviews coming up. Actually, we got Fabrizio on. We're going to be recording Fabrizio shortly, What's his second name, Dave?
I don't know.
I did like how you said we got some good ones coming up because this one's been shit. So
No, that's what I usually say about me.
Grossi.
Fabrizio Grossi, do you know him?
Yeah.
no, he sounds very Italian.
I think he's more Mexican, I think, or is he?
Right.
No, he is Italian. Sorry, he is Italian. Yeah,
Yeah.
but he's been a session musician for the biggest names you can imagine, like Slash and bigger. I don't know. Who was it, Dave? Bigger names?
I don't know. There's nobody bigger than Slash.
Not on your world, no.
No,
No.
he's the man.
But yeah, he's played worldwide, but now he's actually coming out of the shadows and he's stepping into the forefront. He's becoming his own lead vocalist in his own band, I guess.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So we're going to be recording with him. One of the bands you mentioned, actually, we're going to be recording with Scarlet Rebels. Got them coming up. We've got a few more coming up. I mean, what the fuck are they? Iconic Cult. The fuck they are, but Cult Iconic.
Cult icon.
Yeah, we've got quite a lot of stuff coming up, to be honest.
Yeah.
And we've got a lot of episodes yet to be released.
Right. Yeah.
He worked me like a dog. So basically, he found out I was going on holiday for a week.
2 weeks.
Only a week I went on holiday for.
Yeah, but you were out of action for 2 weeks.
I was, yeah. And then
you were MIA.
And then I had Steelhouse Festival straight after it.
Ah, right. Yeah.
So I think we recorded maybe 4 or 5 a week. It was definitely 4.
5 in a week.
Yeah. So we did smash her. My missus keeps telling her friend she's a podcast widow now. So she said she loves it. You know, when they get older and you're a golf widow, well, I'm a podcast widow. That's what she said.
It's funny you mentioned Slash earlier. We played. We supported a band. I can't think where it was. I don't know if it was a Dragonfly, but this band, they supported Slash in Brazil, I think. I think they're French. I think they're French. A couple of guys are from Luxembourg. But before they came over to the UK, the year before, I think they had supported Slash and done a few dates with him. So that was just, I think they said they emailed him or messaged him, you know, or his team. And they said, yeah, okay, come on tour with us.
You just got to try your luck, haven't you?
Yeah, we've been. That's what we do, really. I mean, we've been really lucky in getting people on the show. You know, I mean, we've had some great guests on. I mean, I think the biggest 2 stars we've had on is Right Said Fred and Susie Quattro.
Oh, you've had Susie Quattro as well.
Yeah.
And I saw you had Toby Jepson on.
Yeah. Also, that's David's hero.
That's my he's my rock hero. He is too.
And I saw you wearing the Little Angels t-shirt in one of the interviews as well.
Yeah. Done.
Yeah.
Gotta be done.
My wife actually got accused of looking like Toby Jepson. So she used to go around saying that she was his sister.
Never. Has she cut her hair off short like Toby, you know?
No, she hasn't followed suit yet. She's going to milk it for another couple of years yet.
That's it.
I don't know. I don't know if that's worse. Was that when Toby Jepson had a moustache or not?
Yeah.
We have had some, and that's just us asking. So you know, you guys need to do the same as well. And if you hear these bands are touring and they haven't announced it's not an ad, is it, or a support? You know, who's going to support? Just got to chuck your name in the hat, haven't you? And you just never know, do you?
I've got breaking news about someone that I asked to come on the show. Michael Buble.
No way.
You're right. He's not coming on.
All right.
He told me fuck off.
Get in. I thought he'd
you know what they said?
I thought he'd be a bit of a cool cat, and
I did as well because he's like an ex ice hockey player and everything, and so he's roughed up a bit.
Well, he's Canadian. They all play ice hockey up there.
Yeah, but and do you know what they come back and they said to me on the email? We don't think Michael Buble is a fit for this. We don't think Michael is a fit for this program at the present time.
Oh, do you see you've got some good exercises you can do?
Yeah,
So they're waiting for him to become internationally recognised before he comes on. Then he's not big enough, is he? Is that what they were saying?
That's what I thought. I
Okay.
was going to message him back and say that actually.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he needs to get on the Graham Norton show a few more times before he can fucking come to us. You know?
That wouldn't be Buble anyway. That's just his PR guys, isn't it?
Yeah. He's got to earn like that.
I thought he was pretty cool. I mean, I seen him. I know we're changing the subject about 30 times again, but I saw a video of his come up on my feed, and he was talking to this woman in the audience, and like they were like in proper conversation. She pulled him away from his performance, and she was saying, "Oh, my son's a singer, and he's 14, and he's called Sam." So Buble ended up dragging his kid up on stage.
Yeah, that one, yeah.
It shows the confidence you got when you're happy to bring somebody unknown up on stage and you give them the microphone.
Yeah.
The kid was absolutely fantastic. Do you know what I mean? And he was so good with him, and he sung a few bars with him, and then I think the kid showed him up, so he kicked him back into the audience.
Yeah, that's enough. But no, I mean, with respect to the Buble, because I mean, I know he likes his rock music as well, doesn't he? And he will put a few rock covers in his sets now and again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you said. This isn't the right fit for Michael at the present time.
Yeah. So we'll wait until he's earned the right. Yeah.
That's what I said to my girlfriend. I've got to wait till he's fucking 90 or something, and then he'll, when he's a fucking ass.
Then.
Yeah, then nobody wants to know him, and he's like, "Oh, can you get me back on Just Chopsing Podcast?" And then we can say no.
He'll regret it when we're as big as Seth Rogen.
Not Seth Rogen, Joe Rogan, you fucking armhead.
The more lasagna's
No, I'm sure he'll come on one day.
That's right.
Same as old Tom. At least they messaged me back. Tom never even answered the fucking phone. So
he probably couldn't hear it. Bless him. He's 81 years of age. Don't give him a hard time.
He's probably still singing that Cat Stevens song he covered. I'm going to be a pop star.
I love old Tom. Don't pick on Tom.
I do. I love Tom as well.
I thought you were talking about Tom Daly. I thought he hasn't answered. He's in Korea.
Yeah, that's right. You got an answer, no? You got water in his ears.
All right, let's wrap this one up then. It's been fun. It's been really nice talking to Alan, actually. We've had a pretty much of a good laugh. And I'm so happy to have my co-host back, David. Don't let me down again. Otherwise, I'm going to come over there and cry.
You know what he's going to do? On some of the other ones, I've sort of like been a bit vocal on some people I wouldn't want to speak to. So I know what he's going to do. He's going to organise Justin Hawking to come on, and he's going to message me 2 minutes before and say, "Sorry, I can't come on." Or he's going to say, "Don't worry about doing any background. I'm a massive fan. I'll do all the reading up on Justin Hawking. I know him inside out." And then he's just going to go, "Oh, sorry, but," and we're just going to be sat there. There'll be nothing to say.
I couldn't imagine doing that sort of thing at all.
No, I wouldn't do that. I'm too much of a professional podcaster.
I think it would be a good watch show.
Probably would, just to watch your face. Maybe I should do it and then just click myself off.
That's it.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah. Justin and Ed. Get Ed steered on.
All right then.
Okie dokie.
All right, cheers, Al.
Yeah, well, thanks very much, guys. I say nice to meet you over the powers of the internet.
Yeah. Good luck with the band.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and hopefully I'll see you up with Dragonfly. You never know. Keep pounding Nick.
Yeah, we look forward to that one. Yeah, we'll make sure we get down there and we meet up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and share a pint.
David will buy you a pint.
Yeah, I'll get you a pint.
What, someone else's or
Yeah, I'll nick one of Nick's Heineken's.
Yeah. I expect he's drunk them all by now.
Yeah.
I won't bet on it.
He seemed to have a never-ending supply on that video we did with him.
I'd like to see Nick again. Yeah, so looking forward to hopefully getting back down there soon.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
All right then, mate. All right then, guys. We'll wrap this one up. I'm going to hit the stop button So I'll say goodbye to you all and see you next time.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on, Al. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks,
Thanks.
everybody. Yeah, look forward to watching myself.
Okay.